Symbiotes, descendants of the parasites.
As time passed, the relationships between the parasites and their hosts got connected to such a degree that it began to involve a cooperation of the individuals. These were no longer single-sided relationships. In exchange for the host's nutritious blood, the parasites offered their heightened senses as early warning against predators and other hazards. A great, arms race of symbiotic relationships thus commenced. Certain parasites offered their hosts larger eyes, others sharper senses of smell, hearing, or even additional defensive weapons in the shape of venomous saliva, malodorant sprays, or an extra bite. The hosts returned the favor with longer running legs, stronger bodies. Different complexes of parasite and host species evolved, compatible only amongst themselves.
In the secluded forests of a certain continent, a new parasitic species developed. They did not have the ballistic poison sprays, infectious stings, or the grossly hypertrophied arm claws of their relatives. Instead, these parasites offered a simpler bargain, an ability to think in return of total submission. Initially, this relationship was more like a horse and its rider, but after a few 100,000 years, the symbiotes could manipulate their hosts like puppets, through a combination of tactile and olfactory signal.
A few more millennia, and these combined beings developed an order not unlike our own, complete with countries, politics, and even war, albeit reduced in the newly globalizing world culture. In this age, technology filled most functions of the hosts, but a thriving husbandry of these creatures still remained due to tradition and simple efficiency. An average symbiote would begin the day on his business host, and move on to a more comfortable domestic one when he returned home after work.
Little is known about the symbiote life cycle. We do know that there was a husbandry of domesticated hosts much like domesticated farm animals, and we know that technology had replaced most functions of their hosts like manipulating objects, obtaining sustenance, and perhaps movement. But how did the symbiotes procreate amongst themselves? In preparation for the mating season, symbiote parasites ensure the impregnation of their hosts in advance, so that a baby host is available when the symbiote baby is born. Host's gestation period takes a standard of 8 months, while a symbiote gestation period is only 3 months. During the last 3 months of the host's gestation period, symbiote male and female step off the heads of their selected hosts and copulate. Expecting symbiote parents time their impregnation accordingly. After this timing, both babies are usually born on the same day or a few days apart. At first, a symbiote baby can go a few days without nutritious blood, while the host's baby uses those days to build up strength by breastfeeding in order to be strong enough to receive a host. When the host's baby is strong enough, the symbiote baby is immediately placed on the head of the host baby where it will fuse and remain there for the next 13 years. The children grow as one. The symbiote parasite takes these first 12 years developing a complex seed within the brain of its host, allowing it to gain complete and utter control. With that being said, the host becomes its second body, or birth body. On the 13th birthday it is a fully matured adult. The complex seed is complete, and now the symbiote has the ability to get out of the seed without consequence and switch to another host if it pleases. They will spend the rest of their life honing their body switching skill by controlling different hosts for different purposes.
And perhaps, on the olfactory television, she would smell news of the excavations of the million-year-old Kew ruins, of the marvelous discoveries salvaged from the star Men Rex, or of the enormous radio arrays that rose everywhere to listen to the stars.